Okay, so to continue the discussion of making this feel like a chat application, let's go ahead and create a username. So our user, when they come into this application, we have a topic name that they can enter. We could also make this. We could also set this up to be like you could type in your username, but I want to take the opportunity to teach you how to basically utilize packages inside of your application. This is a really good learning opportunity. So what we're going to do is we're going to assume that the usernames are auto-generated. But first, let's set up like a placeholder. So let's go back to a topic such as it's going to be our topic is going to be username. So we're currently in topic username and we're going to create username. So we're logged in as Ryan, but that's a placeholder. So let me go find where I put my placeholder. Here it is. So we're going to do the same thing that we did before where we have some placeholder. So I'm going to just set this up to be username. And now that should break because it can't find the username. So now we need to go ahead and create the username. So inside of our topic, when you join here, I'm just going to create like a placeholder. So username is going to be equal to placeholder. And then we're just going to assign that to the socket, username. And now it just displays a placeholder username. So let's make this actually function though. And this is where we're going to talk about how to take advantage of packages. So basically all of the Elixir packages exist on hexdocs.pm. So you go to this site and here you can find all sorts of packages for anything that you want. And it's really, really simple. So I'm just going to go ahead and we want to create usernames, right? So we want to create a name for our user. So we're just going to go ahead and try to find a package that'll allow us to generate names. And there's one that's called Anonymous Name Generator. It's the first one that pops up. Let's try this one. So Anonymous Name Generator, you would go into the module and then you would kind of try to find, it's a very short docs and they have like a generate random. So looking at this off of the cuff, this looks like something we could use. Let's try it and let's see how this works so we can generate a username. So in order to do this, what we're going to first do is we need to add this package to our project. So it's called anonymous underscore name underscore generator. So we're going to copy that name. And the way that you add packages to a Phoenix project or to an Elixir project is you locate the root mix.exs file. And then in this file, you will go to where the dependencies are. Here's our dependencies. Let me make this smaller. And then we're just going to add this here to our dependencies. So we're going to add this as anonymous name generator. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to put in the version number, which is, we can see the version number is version 0.1.3. So we'll just say that the squiggly line arrow just means that we will allow it to upgrade for any minor version upgrades. And it's 1.3. I just had to verify 0.1.3. So yeah, that looks good. Now, what we need to do though for this to actually function in our application is we need to install it as a dependency. So just by adding it here, it's not going to automatically work. What we need to do is we need to stop our application. We'll need to restart our application when we install dependencies. So I'll just stop it. I'm in here in my root folder of our chat application. And all you have to do is you just type mix space deps.get. So dependency get. So mix is basically like if you're coming from JavaScript background, it's like the new NPM. So this is going to be how you like install all your packages and everything. It's actually like a task runner. It does a lot more stuff. But this is helpful if you kind of think of Mix as your package manager if you're coming from a JavaScript background. So we run that, and this might take a minute, but it was really quick for me, and it just installed the anonymous name generator, as you can see. So once that is installed, we'll just restart our server using the IEX space dash S space mix command. Here, let me show it to you. Highlighting it now so that way in case you missed it or you forgot, Don't want you to forget how your server was running. All right, cool. So that is installed. And now that that's installed, our code, we need to actually use it in our code. So in order to use this in our code, let's go back to the documentation. If I go back to the API reference, it says that it's anonymous name generator. So it only has one module. And so that pretty much makes our options very, very straightforward. We're just going to go ahead and try that out. This is anonymous name generator. And where we have our username, we're going to use the anonymous name generator. Let's go ahead and take the generate random and let's just add that. We'll call that function. And then let's see what happens. Yeah, so we're getting some usernames. So aware panda. So it's doing this dash thing here where it has two parts of the name. And it looks like that's how it creates the names. But this will be fine. So this will create some unique names, and this is nice. So anytime that we join the page, so now if we join like, as like now Anon works, so it will create Creamy Ape. These names are kind of really funky. And I guess if I just refresh the page, it basically is rejoining as a new user. So now we have an application where we can change topics, Creamy Ape, and that was really funny. That was crazy. So yeah, so we can change topics, and it will create an anonymous user for us. And again, the purpose of doing an anonymous user here was really just to demonstrate how you can take advantage of hexdocs.pm. So that way now you know how to take all of these projects and libraries that are out there, and you can use these in your projects. So again, the process is just as simple as going into the mix.exs and pasting in the package that you wanted to install, and then running that command that we ran, which was mixdeps.get, and then that installed it. And then you always have to restart after you install a dependency. So yeah, just make sure you always restart after you install a dependency. In our case, we closed down the server right before we installed it, so that naturally occurred. But if you were to install it on a different terminal other than the one that was running your server, you need to stop and restart your server. So yeah, that is it for installing dependencies. And you can see we created anonymous users now. And in our Topic Live channel, or in our Topic Live module, we are now generating anonymous users, and we are passing them to the page. So this is really cool. So I'll see you in the next lesson where we're going to get into the juicy stuff. So this is going to be actually creating the chat area. We're going to make the chat messages work, and we're going to start sending chat messages to and from the users. Now that we have usernames, we can actually send messages to and from topic areas so that all users can read it and make their own messages appear here. So we'll replace like Gloria Robertson, the placeholder, with the user that pastes the message, such as in this case, Proud Shirt. So yeah, I'll see you over in the next lesson where we'll start the juicy parts of this application, which is the real-time chat functionality, which I know you've been itching to get to. So let's do it.